Hello, everyone. We start now with page 100 and exploring the world. We had the possibility of watching some presentations. Thank you, Cesar, Yasmin, Lilian, Fernanda, for presenting your cities, your places. And now we are going to language focus, discussing past events. Okay, take a look, you read the information. Which achievements do you think is the most interesting? Which achievement do you think is the most interesting? Now take a look, milestone exploration. I need a volunteer to read, please. I need a volunteer to read. Any person, please?
Me?
Please.
1953, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay climbed Mount Everest.
Perfect. Next, Yasmin.
1963, Valentina Tereshkova became the first woman to travel to space.
Okay, thank you.
1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first people to walk on the moon. 1985, Robert Ballard discovered the Titanic. 1986, Robert Swan walked to the South Pole. 1999, Bedford Pickard and Brian Jones flew a balloon non-stop around the world. 2001, Anne Bronconte and Liv Amundsen traveled across Antarctica. 2008, 16 years old Jessica Watson sails alone around the world. 2015, Gennady Padoka broke the record for the longest time spent in space.
Wow. Fantastic. You see that? Now think for a moment and think about which achievement do you think is the most interesting, and we will explain. Now we're gonna watch the video, okay? 9.4. 9.4. Just a second.
Milestones in exploration.
In 1953, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay climbed Mount Everest.
In 1963, Valentina Tereshkova became the first woman to travel to space.
In 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first people to walk on the moon.
In 1985, Robert Ballard discovered the Titanic.
In 1986, Robert Swan walked to the South Pole.
In 1999, Bertrand Piccard and Brian Jones flew a balloon non-stop around the world.
In 2001, Anne Bancroft and Liv Arneson traveled across Antarctica.
In 2010, 16-year-old Jessica Watson sailed alone around the world.
In 2015, Gennady Padalka broke the record for the longest time spent in space.
Wow, that's amazing. Now I have the question for every one of you. Which achievement is the most interesting in your opinion? Which achievement? In my opinion, the 1999 Bertrand Piccard and Brian Jones that flew a balloon non-stop around the world. That's interesting because they have to have food. They didn't take a shower. You see that? Very stinky people. But that's amazing. To fly around the world in a balloon. Wow. Have to be very brave.
In my opinion, Neil Armstrong, it was more challenging to the world.
Yes, to step on the moon, okay?
Walking on the moon.
Yeah, to walk on the moon. And Michael Jackson, moonwalking. Never forgotten. Never forgotten the moonwalking. Okay. Moonwalking is also something we never forget. Okay. Do you know what it is, Fernanda? The moonwalking? That's it. It's in the moonwalking.
Yeah.
Yes, the moonwalking. Very nice. So, and then Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin did the real moonwalking. Okay, now I have this question. Who else? Lilian, Fernanda, Yasmin? Which achievement do you think is the most interesting, in your opinion?
For me, Valentina Tereshkova, first woman to travel to space.
Ah, look at that. Look at that. The first woman to travel to space. Yes. Very nice. Why do you think it's the most interesting, Lilian?
Because I want to go. I would want to go. I think very a woman courage.
Yeah, going to space, that's interesting, I would say. That's easy. Not easy to travel to space, okay, and it has to be brave. It has to be brave. We know that. We know that. All right, what else, people? Let's move on.
Well, for me, achievements that involve the space, but specifically the Gennady Padalka of Gennady Padalka.
Yeah, Gennady Padalka. Gennady Padalka. Why do you think it's interesting?
Well, the longest time spent in space, you can achieve your body's limits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's hard.
Oh, yeah, that's hard. That's hard. And staying, I don't know how long he stayed in space, but that's a nice one to know. Okay. Gennady Padalka, long time on space. Okay. And he's Russian. Yeah, he stayed in space for almost 3 years, Yasmin. For almost 3 years.
Já é mais duvidável, porque tem vídeos em que eles mostram como que chegam os astronautas e eles estão destruídos, eles não conseguem nem andar direito.
Yeah, but he didn't walk it.
Não, eu digo, aqui, quando eles voltaram, eles tinham, desmaiavam, passavam mal, aí 3 anos no espaço.
3 years, 3 years. He's still alive. He's still alive, but okay, let me see here. Yeah, he's 64 years old now. 64 years old now. Gennady Padalka. A Russian people are pioneers in the spaces, right? Yeah. So that's not easy. Okay. Okay, so that's everybody asks about that. Okay. Let me show you his situation when he returned to Earth. Okay, just a second. Look at that. That's the touchdown parachute. Look at this.
And there you see touchdown.
Touchdown.
Soft landing engines firing right on schedule. Touchdown confirmed at 7:51 and 36 seconds p.m. Central Time. And as advertised, Gennady Padalka, the world's most experienced space traveler, first out of the Soyuz capsule, wrapping up 168 days in space during expeditions 43 and 44, and a total of 879 days in space on 5 flights.
$878 days in space, according to Roscosmos. Okay, or 879 days according to NASA. That's unbelievable. You see that? That's unbelievable.
It's a lot of time in this space.
That's a long time. Let's hear now. Yasmin, did you say yours or no?
What's this?
Ah, okay. Okay. What about Fernanda?
No, I didn't. I think the most interesting achievement is Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became two first people to
Yeah,
reach the moon.
you can talk about him too.
Oh, I thought the most interesting because I always wanted to see one planet, another planet.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, that's amazing. Okay.
Roosevelt.
Yes, please.
What's one question? How speak Paparicá?
How to say Krakati?
Krakati.
Yes, Krakati. It's a Krakati. Let me see here. Krakati. Krakati. That's the bird. Okay. Bird. Not Krakatoa, bird. Krakatoa, Krakati. Let me see if I can see. Krakatau. No, not this one here. Not this one. Because this one we call Krakatoa, but it's not the Krakatoa. Probably the parakeet. 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 Similar to. It used to be a pet. This one here, look at that. Parakeets. Yeah, it's a parakeet. This one. Can you see now? All right. So now we are done with this information. Now we move to the other. Listen to more information about Anne Bancroft and Leif Anderson's achievement. Complete the sentences. Okay, 9.5. 9.5.
Anne Bancroft and Liv Arneson were once school teachers, but in February 2001, they became the first women to cross the Antarctic on foot. They walked, skied, and ice sailed for more than 2,700 kilometers in extremely cold and dangerous conditions. The journey lasted 3 months. Bancroft and Arneson wanted their adventure to inspire others to their own achievements. Using a website and satellite phone calls, more than 3 million children from around the world were able to watch and share in this amazing journey.
Wow. Now we're back again. Okay, so let's put the information. Number 1, who answers for me number 1, please? Or would you like to watch it again? It's possible to watch again, no problem.
You can pass again.
Yes, yes, of course. Let's go.
Anne Bancroft and Liv Arneson were once school teachers, but in February 2001, they became the first women to cross the Antarctic on foot. They walked, skied, and ice sailed for more than 2,700 kilometers in extremely cold and dangerous conditions. The journey lasted 3 months. Bancroft and Arneson wanted their adventure to inspire others to their own achievements. Using a website and satellite phone calls, more than 3 million children from around the world were able to watch and share in this amazing journey.
Wow. Was it easy to get now?
Yes.
Okay. Now I will ask again for the question. Number 1, before they became explorers, what happened to these people?
Worked as school teachers.
Say it again.
Anna Bancroft and Liv Arneson worked as school teachers.
School teachers, amazing. That's it. Okay, number 2, please.
In 2001, they become the first woman to cross the Antarctic on foot.
On foot.
Foot.
On foot, yes. That's what it is, okay? And number 3, please. Anybody?
Fernanda hands the hand.
Ah, Fernanda, I saw that.
I waited you to talk because okay.
All right, please bring it.
Their journey across Antarctica took 3 months.
Wow, that's okay. The journey across Antarctica took 3 months. People, that's not easy. That's not easy, okay? Amazing, amazing. So let's come, okay? And let's take a look here. Now let's go to watch and study the language, okay? Talking about the past. We're gonna watch and I will ask you, please, to every one of you read this for me, okay? Let's start by watching.
In 1969, Apollo 11's lunar module landed on the moon. Neil Armstrong was the first to walk on the moon. Buzz Aldrin was second. They were on the surface of the moon for just over 2 hours. Michael Collins was also on the mission, but he didn't walk on the moon.
Piccard and Jones began their balloon flight around the world in 1999.
Were they successful?
Yes, they were.
Did they make any stops on their journey?
No, they didn't.
How long did the journey take?
It took almost 20 days.
Teacher, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Okay, now I will ask you to read. And please, I would like to know who wants to start it. Please.
Me?
Please.
In 1969, Apollo's 11th lunar module landed on the moon.
Okay, next. Another volunteer.
Neil Armstrong was the first to work on the moon. Buzz Aldrin was second.
Okay, Fernanda, next.
They were on the surface of the moon for just over 2 hours.
I couldn't hear, Fernanda. Can you read aloud, please?
Okay, they were on the surface of the moon for just over 2 hours.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And now?
Michael Collins was also on the mission, but didn't walk on the moon.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, now, Yasmin, restart again. Restart, please.
Piccard and Jones began their balloon flight around the world in 1999.
Were they successful? Yes, they were.
Excellent.
Did they make any stops on the journey? No, they didn't.
And Cesar?
How long did the journey take? It took almost 20 days.
Took almost 20 days. Excellent. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now let's move on here. We are moving to the last page of today's lesson.
They out to take a shower. Imagine.
Yes. Oh, that's a dream for my son. My son doesn't want to take a shower. He says, why do I need to take a shower? I said, okay. You see that? 20 days without taking a shower. I don't know. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. Okay, people, let's move on now. We have the next. Look back at the infographic. Write short answers on the following questions, okay? Number 1, was Valentina Tereshkova the first woman in space? Yes, she was. Number 2, did Anne Croft and Liv Arneson journey across the Arctic?
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. Okay, number 3.
Did Edmund Hillary discover the Titanic? No, he didn't.
Say it again.
Did Edmund Hillary discover the Titanic? No, he didn't.
He didn't. He didn't discover the Titanic. Okay, next.
Did Robert Swan walk to the South Pole? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Okay, and Cesar? Is Cesar there?
Were Pickard and Jones the first people to walk on the moon? No, no.
No, no, they weren't.
They weren't.
They weren't. Okay, excellent. Okay. Now we have the questions, okay, for us. The next one, just for us to see here, is the 90.7. Complete the information with the correct form of the words in parentheses, and after we're gonna listen to check. Okay, so take a look, complete, and tell me when you're done. I will pause the recording.